The great Bret Lockett. What's up, buddy?
Hey, how you doing, Artie?
Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. Okay, so the Jets, being a Jet right now is a unique situation because it has really been, and I feel bad for guys like you, quality guys. You keep yourself, out of trouble, and you're not like looking for all this limelight and stuff. And you do your job, and the Tebow circus comes to town, and you're dealing with these quarterback questions. And a guy like Sanchez, who I met a couple times, seems like a great guy, seems to implode a little bit, and Rex Ryan is a big cartoon figure. What's it like playing for this team right now? Is it too distracting at times, or is it fun?
It's a lot of fun.
I mean, what do you think? Do you like working for the Jets?
I do. I love it. Rex is a fun coach.
Right.
It's never a boring moment with him. So you definitely look forward to going to practice, going to meetings. Just sitting back and listening to him talk. I mean, there's not one dull moment at all.
He's a good guy.
He is.
A lot of people come from that school. Some say, look, you don't want to be a player's coach, which he clearly is. You need more of a disciplinarian like that Vince Lombardi thing. But some players don't respond to that. Some people do like the friendly aspect of it. And you're one of those guys who likes more of a player guy. Yeah.
I definitely do. I mean, I came from the Patriots,
right.
and that's like, it's completely, different.
It is. Belichick is definitely a guy that seems like an enigma to me. Sometimes I think, maybe he's more like a playful than you see, but on the front, man, he's militant.
He's all business.
Oh, he is.
All
okay.
business.
How do you compare the two? I mean, Belichick is a defensive genius. I think Rex is too.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in the meetings, sitting in install meetings.
Right.
How do you compare Rex? Because I hear he's more involved this year than he ever has. You got there in January, right?
Yes.
To the Jets?
Yes.
I hear that he is becoming more involved in the install, in the day-to-day with the players than he had been previously. But how does he compare to Belichick in teaching the defense to his players?
Well, they're both each their own coaches. They're both very intelligent, very good with players, but they just teach very differently. I mean, Rex is more of a fun laughing the whole time, and Bill's kind of like, you're going to do it this way, you're going to get out of here.
Right, yeah.
So
How involved are they?
How did you respond as a player? What did you like better?
Well, I mean, you like a cool guy.
You and Gruden seemed certifiably insane.
Gruden was great, yeah. Everyone loved Gruden because he would sit there, I mean, every day he was doing the install, for offense. It's like you sit through hundreds of plays.
See, that's a great thing. So you guys just had an NFL bonding player moment there. Explain what an install meeting is. What is that?
Oh, well, you put in the plays for the upcoming week.
Okay.
And for defense, you're putting in the defenses to, stop the looks you're going to see that upcoming week.
But specifically as a safety, it's really got to be, you got to be more of a, to me, to be on the offense is more rehearsed.
Defense,
absolutely.
You have to react. It's like almost like improv, right?
Exactly.
It's tougher. Defense is tougher. When I played linebacker in college, as soon as I made the switch, I instantly thought all offensive players were soft.
Right.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's easy. You know where you're going. Yeah, you know where you're going. You get there, you can kind of conserve energy. Defense, you just got to be 1,000 miles a minute the whole time.
Absolutely.
Right.
And you're hitting people. You never know which way you're hitting people.
Right.
Offense, you're there. You're collected. You can kind of dictate what's going to happen. Defense, it's more animalistic.
So what do you think? What can you tell us about the Jets this year? I mean, is it going to be? What do you think it's going to be like?
I think it's going to be a great season.
Yeah,
because
it could be a great. That's the thing about the Jets. It might be. They could throw out an 11-5 year here, you guys, and go to the playoffs. You never know, right?
Absolutely. I mean, you look at the Giants 2 years ago when they went to the Super Bowl. I mean, they barely made it to the playoffs, and they ended up, beating us in the Super Bowl.
You got to make it there.
Exactly.
Yeah, and you could if you make it there. But the Pats is an unbelievable organization to leave. Did you have fun working for the Crafts and stuff like that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Great.
They seem like a
organization.
classy organization.
Very great.
Yeah.
How is Marty Morningwig, the new offensive coordinator? He was in Philly when I was in Philly. The offense, as a defensive player, watching it, playing against it in the OTAs, does it seem like they're clicking yet?
They are. I mean, initially when we started, it was kind of slow. I mean, offense always usually takes a little bit longer to learn everything.
We heard about how slow it was. Of course, everyone's hounding Mark Sanchez.
Right,
At that first OTA, Rex Ryan came out and said, we're really disappointed. We had 4 turnovers today in the team period. 3 by Mark Sanchez, 1 by Geno Smith. How have things changed since?
Well, now they're starting to scheme. Now they're starting to learn the defense that we're running. Our offensive coordinator is a huge schemer, so they're seeing us running what we're running, and they're starting to make their adjustments, and they're actually starting to win. So
What does that mean, schemer? Like,
well, exploiting your weakness. Every team has somebody that's not as good, or they might play a lot of man coverage, or they might play a lot of zone coverage. So they'll take that and exploit your weakness.
they'll go right at maybe a defensive back who could get beat by a particular receiver you have.
Or just scheme-wise. I think it's interesting when you think about the fact that Marty Morningweg, the offensive coordinator, just got there.
Right.
He hasn't had to scheme
Right.
against Rex's defense every day in practice. So now it's like a little competition amongst the coaching staff.
That's good, though,
Offense
right?
versus
That could
defense.
create,
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
yeah.
But Marty is now taking it to Rex. Marty is trying to win.
Oh yeah, they're not going to
In
sit over.
practice.
They're not going to sit over there and just get beat. I mean, they're
Oh,
getting
of
beat
course.
down.
Right.
I know.
Yeah, so it's an interesting dynamic with a new coordinator
What
on
do
the
you,
offensive side of the ball.
What do you think, Brett, about Tebow leaving? Do you think ultimately that's just a good thing because it just was too critical? Not
Was
against
he
him
there at all?
personally.
Did you see him at
Yeah,
all?
he was there when I was there.
Yeah,
he was
it
there
was
for like 2 or 3 weeks.
Going out as you were coming in.
Right.
Do you think it's a good nothing against him personally, but just because of the madness it created, do you think it's a better thing that he's not there?
To be honest with you, I didn't deal with a lot of that because I wasn't there last year. But
From looking outside looking in at what they went through, do you think it's probably better off because it became all about him and
Right.
it just sort of nuts,
I don't think it affected the team, though, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, everybody was really cool with them and got along fine,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a
seems
tough
like a good
league, man.
teammate.
It's a tough league to stick around for. That's why props to you guys for being, in there multi-years because the NFL, it's like Tim Tebow. You look at a guy, a couple of Heismans, and
Yeah.
comes in here, like makes a bunch of noise, and I might be done with his career.